Hello and welcome back to Growers Farm. My name is James and today is September the 24th, and as you can see we are continuing on through the barley harvest here. So I'm hoping to get this field done today. As I said last time, this is our biggest field on the farm. It will produce quite a bit of barley from it, which is absolutely brilliant. We've been doing it over 2 days as a result with this combine. And it's quite late in the second day at the moment. But we should hopefully get this knocked out today. It's definitely what I'm hoping will happen. And yeah, it's been good. We had a little bit of a pretty heavy dew last night. So that's why we ended up not being able to harvest this until a fair way through the day. And it's delayed us quite a bit. But it's 5 in the evening, and we should knock the rest of this out tonight. Excuse me, I don't see why not. Got a little bit of dust in my throat. It tends to happen around the harvest time. So excuse me if I give out a little huck every so often. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this field has been going. We've been doing some nice work. Plans for this field, as I think I covered last vlog, is that we're going to be doing a lot of this into straw pellets. I want to while we've got this kit here, while we've very graciously been given this kit to try out by Krona, I want to see if we can get through and get all of our excess stuff pelletized this year. We might have to, if we want to do the same thing next year, we're probably going to have to borrow the stuff off them, which means borrowing one of those tractors as well, and that is not a cheap thing to be doing. But we're in a good position really with it, and we should be able to, if we're lucky, keep going. If we need to make a decision by the end of this season really whether we're going to continue to pelletize stuff. The thing I really want to do is try it on some hay, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get to do that before the end of the autumn. But as far as feeding our cows goes and our sheep goes, pellets would be something that would be easier for us to store than the bales would be. So yeah, I wanna have a look. Mark, of course, is here carting for us again. He's waiting patiently for the combine to reach the right fill level. And once we've done that, he'll come up alongside and we can empty out. He's about 40% full at the moment. So it'll take about a couple more loads off the combine, and then he'll head back to the farm and empty out. But I expect him to be heading our way any minute for that. Yeah, in fact, he's on his way now. That's good news. So I am going to excuse me. Oh, it's been despite the heavy dew last night, it's been a rather dusty day. This stuff is not good for you. Right, I think he's coming up alongside. Yeah, here he comes. There we go. So this should empty out and be all good. I've slowed down a little bit because I want to give him enough space to turn at the end. So if we just slow our speed down a little bit, that will give that a good chance. Like so. Right. And then there we go. And he's then nicely back for when we do our turn at the end of the field. which makes things easier all round. So yeah, we're probably going to try and pelletize about half this field, I think. And then the other half we'll do bales, because we do still need straw bales. We are still doing straw for the cows to put down, and and create the manure for us to spread on these fields. So we're going to be doing that. We've got you guys. Yeah, I should show you guys in our one of our early vlogs when I went around our equipment. That we've got a Samsung manure spreader, so we will be using that along with a whole load of manure. We're going to have to cart some manure towards the end of the year. Probably do that early winter. It beds in nicely over the winter for us to then work on. The one thing we do need to do is get the winter wheat in though before then. So we've got work to do that way. Get the winter crops in, yep, and that will all be good. But that sort of comes next sort of few weeks as we get into October, and the contractors come in to do the potatoes. That's when we start turning our attention to getting those autumn the autumn planting done. Because we want that stuff to get germinated and get nicely established before winter comes, because that will help the crop. Otherwise, we might as well just plant a spring crop. It's kind of that sort of condition, really. And this is still running out, and you can see how much field we got left to do. This combine is an absolutely perfect size for this farm, but it can do, on this field especially, take quite a while to get the harvest done. I think that Mark has gone to tip, so he'll be back in a minute. We're okay. We're only about half full anyway. So I want to empty though before I do my next cutting. So hopefully I'll be back in a minute, and then we can get emptying on the way back. I've got my beacon on still. I don't want to give him the wrong impression. Turn that off. Did I see him coming back in that top corner? Yeah, there he is. Coming in that top corner at the moment, as we pull up to here. So he'll wait there for a minute. We will be, and we'll empty on the next run, I think, before we do the next cutting. And round we go. Is this going to get in? Have I managed this right? No, I'm not going to try and push that. We're not going to get a full width in there, so I'll give myself a decent width on the next one. Make it easier to bale. So we won't quite get. We might come back up that row and get that done. In fact, I'm looking at the width of this now, and this just gets thinner. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's less than a header's width at the moment. And then it widens again. Wow, that was a messy cut on the other side. I need to make this a little bit straighter when I'm doing my next cutting. So we'll leave a decent amount. And he's coming up the side. We're at 90% full. There we go. Alright. Just pull up here, make sure that there's enough space, because I'm going to be doing weird maneuvers at the end. that should do it, I think. Yep, there we go. And yeah, this return track. Why I wasn't straight on that bit. Oh well, round we go. And we'll just clean up here. Yeah, bit of a weird one, but we'll still be able to. There's enough width here, thankfully, to get a good bit of baling on, and we're not picking up any straw on either side. And that's the thing we wanted to kind of avoid, is getting too much straw into our header and sending it back through. It makes it normally it ends up means we end up dropping more grain, and I don't really want to be doing that. That would not go well for us. But we should be in a position now where we can do a cutting, which is good. And that is exactly what we want. Then we might have 2 more cuttings to go on this field, but we will certainly get this barley knocked out today. Yeah, you see, now I want to pick up because we're so thin. We're gonna fill, or we're gonna get some of the straw in the header, and I want to avoid doing that. And we're just the right width to avoid it there. And we keep the crop nicely in the middle of the header because A, so that we're not grabbing that straw, and B, because we know we're going to catch all of it if it's in the header. If we go and put it at the edge with a divider, that just causes all sorts of problems. So up the field, and we want to get a cutting done. About here-ish, I think. Yeah, so at least a couple of more cuttings to go. Get ourselves nice and straight. There we are. And go straight through here like this. And if we can keep this nice and straight, that will make things easier when we're coming to stuff later. And yeah, and will just mean that we are we won't come into that issue that we had earlier on, where we had it just that little bit off, and as a result, just wasn't good. Just doing a little bit of cleanup. There we go. Yeah, if we had some good tram lines in the field, unfortunately our care wheels are too good. But if we had some good tram lines in the field, we'd just follow those down and do that. I need to correct slightly. We've gone a little bit off. I'm using my compass to make sure that I'm on a good straight path. 270 degrees, so we're running currently east to west across the field. Which is the best way to do this field. That's the longest edge for this field. The combine doesn't get a full tank doing one run along that edge either, so that is good news. And that means we get to the end of the field like this, and with only 53% full, we can turn and we should get emptied on this return path, if not on the way back. So down and in like this, and this just means we've now got the auger into this area the whole time, and we're able to keep a nice straight setup. Again, we want the compass at about 90 degrees on the way back. Hopefully that will pick everything up. We can just about see the divider. In fact, I think we're slightly too far over. We're drifting off course a little bit, but I think if we had a look at that, we'd be a little bit too far over. And I would be too far over on this first cut, because if Mark does decide to come and empty me, there won't be enough space for him to do it. So very important that we try and keep on a nice straight path, because he is going to come and empty us any minute, I think. Here he comes. He's just going to have to go and turn around. I am looking a little bit full, so I might just pull over while he's... or slow down a bit while he's coming. Yeah, here he comes. Right, there we go. And that will empty out really nicely along here. Oh, this is going nicely today. A good, solid harvest that we're into. And I like that. I like when things go that nice little bit of swimmingly. He'll go and empty. So this Red Rock trailer holds about 2 loads off this combine, roughly, really. Maybe just under, or just over. Sorry, just over 2 loads from this combine. So he will head off and sort of emptied it in the right time. And just keeps me going. So that is a perfect empty we had then. I just kept the combine going rather than me having to slow down enough to sort that. And he's off. I'm just gonna, oh come on. There we go. Right, and this is working. Oh, am I in the right place? Yeah, I'm in the right place. Keep some nice straight stuff on that edge. Just to keep it so that we are keeping this nice straight edge bit for later, so that we're not, so that hopefully we're not creating those little cuts. And we'll see how far we get. I think we've got 2 more cuts on that side. Judging the width, again, judging the width without those tram lines, that's the difficult part on this. But we're all good. And she's cutting nicely, and you can see the grain, the barley going in, and falling off the... or being gathered in by the comb and cut by the knives, and then with the auger being pulled into the front. I do like this combine. This combine has served us really, really well. Great successor to the old TX that we had on the farm, and I'm very, very pleased with how it works. And as I said before, it is just a perfect size for us on this farm. It just works brilliantly. And if we have a look, we can go and while he's going into just kick over the... Yeah, we're not dropping any grain in the straw at all, which is good news as well. It's threshing everything right. We're good. The settings are great. We're she's running well. She's doing a good job. And for a first season, she's done admirably, really. I'm very, very pleased with this. It was a good purchase when we got it, and it has just run nicely, run well. And actually, we've judged this well as well. I think we've got less than, or just less than, a full width of our bed there for our final cut on the way back, which is absolutely fantastic news. Whether Mark will be back, because we're going to be ready to empty on the next row. So whether Mark will be back, we'll see. He may want to go and empty. Oh, slightly off track, but okay. Only a degree off. Should be okay. I think the previous run was a little bit crooked, looking at how thin it gets by the end. done a much straighter cut in this time. Mark's back and he's on his way down, and just in the nick of time as well. We are ready for him when he comes past. Let him turn around and come back. Here he comes. Perfect. And yeah, we'll get this emptied out. We've got one more cut, and then we can cut into the last section of the field and get that done as well. Almost empty. And there we go. In with our auger. I'm sorry, I realised, do you know what? I called it an auger earlier. In our bed, in the bed at the front, that isn't an auger, that is a drum. And I was just sort of really, oh wow. Okay, I may have judged this slightly wrong. We need to cut another one up here. Yeah, I think I judged that slightly wrong. That is that's the drum along the front there that's gathering it in, not a second auger, because the auger is the grain auger that empties the trailer. This is the drum pulling it across the front. I like to be accurate in what I tell you guys, because I want to excuse me. I want these videos to be educational as much as they are. Well, yeah, informative and educational, as much as they are entertaining. And yeah, now we're into the right width. So I think what we're going to have to do is, on the way back, come and get our ourselves a bit, and get that bit, and then do the cutting from the top end of the field. Just those little sections that have escaped us again, because the rest of this is spot on, and that is not going to be great for when we come to do the baling later. That's going to cause all sorts of havoc. Right, round we go. Yeah, you can see it up there. Just that there's this little strip in the middle that is going to cause us a whole load of hassle. Next year might be worth seeing if we can get some markers down with the drill. See if we can create some tram lines in order for us to follow. Betcha it keeps the field that much clearer. Because care wheels are just way too good these days. And that has got that bit done. 30, yeah, nearly 40% full on our tank. We want to cut in here. Get this last bit of the field done. The field, of course, has this big area that goes out to our left here. That we want to watch, because if we it's just gonna, well, it looks big on our map. It's not that big. Oh, a little bit with the crop there, that's not good. But with this open up, I think we should be in about the middle here, so this should open things up again, and then we'll just have that little section at the edge there to deal with. I think we're probably going to end up emptying on the return. Wow, we lost a few patches of crop this end of the field. I wonder what happened there. It's not great, because this is spring barley, so this we shouldn't have had this much issue with this. Maybe there was something wrong with this bit of the field, but we are pretty good. So your fish is cutting, and we'll see where we are after that. And as I suspected, on the way back, we're having to empty. That was good. We made enough distance, or we made it all the way through the cutting before Mark had to come and empty us. So that is that's great news. That means we're going to be nice and clear for the rest of this cutting, which is absolutely brilliant. Or for the rest of opening this up, and we didn't have to do any strange things like cutting our way into it and making space for him and things like that. It always worries me a little bit. I think, yeah, he will now go and empty. So it's about 90% of the trailer that this combine does. So it's really great for that. It means that we almost fill the trailer each time without going over with just 2 loads off the combine. It means we can drive the combine next to the tractor without having to worry about the extra corn that we go in, because it's always a little bit over when you drive beside. Right, there we go. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he went back down the other end of the field. Okay. There we go. Right. And we shall continue on because, yeah, we've almost punched this field out now. So Mark's just radioed into me because he's just tipped the last load at the shed. We have had nearly 110,000 litres off this field and into our grain store, and we've got another 4,000 on the combine here. So we're going to have, I think we're going to have 120,000 litres plus off this field, which is just an absolutely phenomenal yield off here. I am so incredibly pleased that this field has done this well this year. Makes me very, very happy to see this. It's going to be a really, really good amount of money in for the farm this year. I'm ecstatic about that, and we've got all this straw on the top, which is just yeah, it's just absolute icing on the cake. So it's absolutely brilliant, and we're almost finished this bit of this cutting as well. We're just coming round. He will empty us on this way back. Yeah, we've got a return to do here. I think what we'll do is we'll come back up the side on the left here. I'm going to pull out the auger because he should be coming alongside us soon. I'll put the beacons on, maybe he doesn't realise. And yeah, if we get another, well, we should get another trailer off here. That triangle is not huge, but it should be worth nearly another full tank. Which, yeah, will just be absolutely brilliant. Right, lights can go off. Empty this out. And yeah, this will be another half a trailer-ish. And then we just got this triangle, this odd-shaped triangle at the bottom corner of the field to deal with, which will, which as I said, should hopefully have another tank for our combine in it. I am making sure I get all this in rather than missing something on the left. Right, and there we go. That's empty. Right, and spin this round. Yeah, and we'll go and get this bit. Like so. And then it is just that bit in the corner to get. And yeah, all good. All running very, very smoothly. We will have all of our grain harvest done by the end of today. Good to get that done by October. As I said many times before on here, We tend to get a later cut here in the lowlands of Scotland than we do than you do further south. Hence the reason why we're going to late September like this. But it is working nicely. It has worked nicely for us for quite a while. So I'm very pleased with that. And we should get yeah, as I said, we should get another tank off it. We've just got that triangle at the side of the field there to get along with this this nice width that we have here. I'll just come up to the top of the field. Could be more. Could be more. There is quite a sizable amount of barley in that bit that's left. Looking at how much we've filled, but it is also a fair way down the field. Right, let's head down here, and we want to cut in. I think probably about halfway through it. It'll get fairly wide, but I think about there should do us. Yeah, we're not going to fill up very quickly on these shorter runs, so he will be waiting for a little bit longer. But yeah, I think there could easily be the rest of a tank down this end of the field, and yeah. So let's find out. Let's get this cutting done, and we'll find out. So as I suspected might happen, we're actually nearly at a full tank again before we finish this corner. That it's an absolutely astounding yield we've had off this field. I'm astonished by this. So yeah, Mark's gonna end up running another run back to the barn. He's gonna have over 10,000 litres, nearly 14,000 litres in his trailer. I'm gonna stop here, give him enough space to manoeuvre. Yeah, that is. Yeah, nearly 14,000 litres in this trailer is just an astounding amount for him to end with here. And he's not finished. We still have this small area of field to go. And I'm going to take this opportunity, actually, to cut in here on this last little bit, so that we're not doing something funky. And yeah, that is just absolutely brilliant. So he'll go and empty that, and we'll see exactly how much more we have off this field. Last couple of little bits to get cut in and finished off, and we're going to have probably about another 3,000 litres, nearly half a tank. Here once that's done, which is absolutely amazing. I'm as I said, I'm completely blown away. In fact, we're going to have a little tuft on the corner we've got to come back and get, but we're going to head up to the top end of the field and just empty the last of it into the trailer. There we go. Once that's all gone through, turn our thresher off, and we'll head up the top end of the field, because wow. So there we go. That is over 20,000 litres. Sorry, over 120,000 litres of barley off this field. Has been absolutely superb. There is Mark. So we'll just pull up beside him and get him to get emptied. Yeah, auger out. And then we're going to have to get the header and get back to the farm. that is all good. So get that going into the trailer. Like so. And that is us emptied. So there we go. That is the grain harvest done and dusted. And I'm going to leave it here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.